In Xcode 27, there are 3 ways you can use coding agents in your projects. You can begin with a built-in Apple Intelligence. Once you install Xcode 27, you can easily connect models from Anthropic. You can connect Gemini models, as well as models from OpenAI. You can also bring supported coding agent platforms using the Agent Client protocol. If you go to ACP registry, they have a couple of platforms you can bring to Xcode to add agentic coding to your projects. So let's look at each of the 3 ways to bring agentic coding to your Xcode projects. To begin with the built-in Apple Intelligence, you go to the toolbar and click this button to start a new conversation. With the built-in Apple Intelligence support, you get GPT-5. However, the latest OpenAI model is GPT 5.5, so you may want to use another OpenAI model or use coding agents from other AI providers. So to use a coding model from Anthropic, use Gemini or any other third-party coding agent. You should go to the Xcode menu and select Settings. Then you click Intelligence. After installing Xcode 27, you can connect Claude Agent, Codex, or Gemini. Installing, for example, Codex helps you to get the latest models from OpenAI. As I showed you here, we have GPT-5, so when we install Codex, you can use GPT 5.5 instantly. Let's click Gemini to install it. After installing Gemini, we need to set it up. So you have noticed here, I haven't signed in. I will click the ellipsis. There are several options. You can use your Gemini API key from Google AI Studio. You can use the API key for Gemini Enterprise and authenticate with configuration files. Let's select the first option. I will add my API key and click Done. Under Analytics, I will enable this option and close the window. I will also close Xcode and launch it again. If I go to the toolbar and click this button to start a new conversation, we still have GPT-5. After you pick a coding agent in Xcode, you can click the button to initiate a new conversation. To use the Gemini implementation we just added, we should go to the left side of the toolbar and click this button instead. Then we go to New Conversation. Over here, we have the option to select any of these providers. You have noticed we now have Gemini, so I will click that. From the conversation area, you can now see we have Gemini. You can now start chatting with Gemini by adding a prompt. So by clicking Xcode and selecting Settings, then Intelligence, you can connect Claude Agent as well as Codex in the same way in order to get the latest models from Anthropic and OpenAI, like GPT 5.5 and Opus 4.8. Aside the default Claude Agent, Codex, and Gemini, you can also bring a third-party coding agent, like the one I have here, OpenCode. I just added this recently. Integrating a third-party coding agent in Xcode 27 is simple. You just need to specify the name, a path to the executable, and arguments. Over here, you have noticed I have added OpenCode by using this executable and also specifying the argument as ACP, that is Agent Client Protocol. To begin, you need a platform that supports the Agent Client Protocol. So you come to the ACP website and go to the section ACP Registry. So we have a couple of them you can add in Xcode, like Client, Codex CLI, Cursor, and more. For me, I wanted to use OpenCode. So you first go to the OpenCode website. You can use any of these installation options. However, I use the blue option. So you copy this command and go to your terminal and install OpenCode. To integrate OpenCode in Xcode, you notice here we need to specify the executable, that is this path. So to get the executable path for OpenCode, you should first go to your terminal and install OpenCode with this command. I have it already installed, so I'm going to remove it. To get the path to the OpenCode executable, all I need to do is to run this command, which OpenCode. So you need to copy this path and use it in Xcode. That is the same thing I have over here. Then you specify the arguments as Agent Client Protocol and leave the other fields empty. So instead of having Gemini, with our new conversation, we can go back again and select OpenCode. So now we have OpenCode. We can now start chatting with the coding agent. So these are the 3 ways you can start with coding agents in Xcode. You can begin with the default Apple Intelligence, or easily add Claude Agent, Codex, and Gemini, or connect a third-party custom ACP agent, like how I integrated OpenCode in Xcode 27.